Okay, I have some really interesting shuffles to show you today that are just amazing. And then using those shuffles, we hope to accomplish a bit of magic here together. Okay, so it's going to be kind of a tutorial for the shuffles, and then we'll just see where they lead. Okay, so as you can see, I have a good full deck of cards here, all 52. In fact, we actually don't need that many of the cards. Throw away most of the middle, actually. Okay. So let's just go ahead and stack these. There you go. In fact, we don't need all of these either. I mean, that's a lot of cards. So the first shuffle I'm going to show you, it's called the Klondike Shuffle. It's this one right here. And this is where you take top and bottom cards off as one. Okay. Now here we just need 12 cards for what we're going to do, so we can discard all of the other ones. Then another amazing shuffle. It's called the Charlier 1. So just look very carefully. So it's a Charlier shuffle in which you're moving one card at a time. So it's top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom. I can actually add a link in the description below if you want to learn the Charlier 1, but a very useful shuffle. Another one is the Mange under over. So you just do under, over, under, over, under, over. Under. Okay, a great way to scramble the cards. Now, really, the Klondike Shuffle is one of the most amazing and top-notch shuffles out there. So why don't we do one more of those so you can see how that's done. And then maybe we'll do the Charlier 1. So it's like top to bottom, bottom to top, 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 and so forth, until all the cards have been moved from one hand to the other. Okay, so from here, I think what we'll do is we'll just deal out 2 piles to you first, which is customary. Deal to the spectator first. And then let's just see what that has done for us. So what I'm hoping to be able to do here, now I may not succeed, I just need you to know that. But I'm hoping to use the identity of my cards here to predict the identity of each and every one of your cards. Okay, so I believe this one is an Ace of Clubs. Oh, it is indeed. I think the next one is an 8 of Hearts. Yes, we got it. Okay, see, next one's 5 of Spades, I believe. Oh, yes, indeed. Next one's a 4 of Diamonds. Oh, we nailed it. Next one's 7 of Clubs. Okay, very good. And then the last one, I believe, is a 6 of Hearts. Oh, we nailed it. We got all 6 of your cards perfectly. Check that out using my magical 6 cards here. Isn't that amazing? What was that? You want to see what these cards are? Oh, I don't really think you need to do that. I don't think you'd be very interested in what these cards are. But you do want to see them? Okay, let's just show them to you. But I'm very sorry to say that I think you're going to be extremely disappointed because there's really not much to see here. Okay, so how does this effect work? Well, you just do everything I did. I'll show you the setup, of course. But if you perform the steps that I did, it works for you every time. Okay. So what I started with, I took out these cards right here. This is the special arrangement right there. See, it resets, which is kind of cool. So these cards, as is, are going to go on top of the deck. Okay. And then these 6 blank cards will be at the bottom. Okay. Now, to compensate for the fact that I have 6 more cards in here than I should, I pulled out 6, randomly from the deck. Now, I apologize if the performance was a bit rocky. I think that's partly because my blank cards here just are not at the same stage of wear and tear and convexity as my other cards. And so it led me to, in fact, you can kind of see them as a group there. It made it a little tricky to handle those in exactly the same way that you handle the other cards. But anyway, hopefully it went smoothly enough. Okay, and then you just do everything that I did. Okay, so what I did was I said, well, we actually don't need the entire deck. So this is what I did. I broke off at least 6. You need at least 6 here. Okay, just a little group. And then I dealt them out clockwise. Then I went like this, and another little packet. Doesn't matter how many. And then you throw away a whole bunch in the middle. You don't need them. Okay. And then remember, your blanks are down here. And then you just continue to kind of deal out these little packets clockwise. This is where the blanks are, plus some others, which is fine. Okay. And then what I did was I did just kind of a crisscross stacking. So I picked up this one because we really don't care about it. Just to remind you, the top of the deck's here, the bottom's down here. Okay, so just keep, and I did that on purpose to help me remind me. So I need the top cards preserved at the top. I need the bottom cards preserved at the bottom. Okay, so what I thought to do, this one can go right here, won't hurt anything. This one needs to eventually be on top of everything. So I went like that, and then I went like this, which preserves the blank cards at the bottom. Okay, so I have my special cards at the top, 6 blank at the bottom. Okay, and then I said, well, we don't even need this many cards. In fact, all we need will be 12 cards. Okay, so this is where I got a little bit tricky with the Klondike because those blank cards are have a different feel to them. So we have 4, 6, 8. See how they're pulling out? 10, 12. Okay, discard the rest. So let me just show you where we are at this point. If I have made a mistake, we should be alternating. Now notice that the cards are the opposite order. Here's the Ace of Clubs, which started at the top, but that's fine. All of that's going to be fixed in a minute. Okay, but it's alternating with our blanks. Okay, and then the very next thing that I did was a Charlier 1. Okay, so it really is a Charlier shuffle in which you're moving 1 card at a time. Top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top. Okay, it's equivalent to a 50% cutting of the cards. That's what that particular shuffle does. Okay, then from there I did a under over. So I went under. Oh, it's called a mange shuffle. Under over. Well, the mange under over is the mathematical inverse to the Klondike shuffle. So I followed it up with a second Klondike, explaining that this is such a great shuffle. And in some ways, you can't do too many of these because it does such a wonderful job. Okay, so the mange that I just did, along with the Klondike that I just now finished, those have no effect on the cards at all. Okay, and then from there, to kind of like undo what the Charlier 1 did, the Charlier 1 was a 50% cutting. Well, I want to undo that. Well, you just perform another Charlier 1, okay, which is another 50% cutting. So if you perform 2 50% cuttings in a row, it leaves the packet unchanged, okay? And so what we're going to want to be true now is we do want the 6 of hearts here at the top because it's going to be dealt first to the spectator, right? And so when the cards with values are dealt, they're going to be back to, from the top, Ace, 8, 5, 4, 7, 6, okay, which is the order. And I'll explain why I chose that order, okay? And then at this point, you can just say, which is very natural, it is customary to deal to the spectator first. So you don't make a big deal. You don't give them a choice there. You just do it and explain why you're doing it, okay? And then you say, well, let's just see if we can accomplish some magic together. So I took this, and just make sure you don't flash it, okay? And I held it, and it seemed like I was fumbling with it a little bit, so I apologize for that. And supposedly what I'm doing is I'm looking at these to deduce those, okay? Well, I already know what these are, and let me tell you how I know what they are. So they are the first 6 valued cards in alphabetical order. Okay, so the ace is first, then an 8, then a 5, F-I-V-E, then a 4, F-O-U-R, 7, S-E-V-E-N, 6, S-I-X. So in alphabetical order, that's what they are. And then their suits I just ordered in chase ordering. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Clubs, hearts, repeating that. Okay, so I know, supposedly looking at this one, I know that this is the ace of clubs. Okay, because it's the first one in the alphabet, and I'm starting with clubs. You set this down as if it helped you. It did nothing of the sort. The next card alphabetically is the 8. What follows the club in chased ordering is the heart. 8 of hearts. You go, oh, very, very good. Here, this is going to be the next card in alphabetical order, 5. Next suit is spade, 5 of spade. Excellent work. Next one's 4, F-O-U-R, of diamonds. Oh, we're doing really well here. Next one in alphabetical order, 7 of, and then now we cycle around. We had clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Now it's back to clubs. Okay. Next one will be hearts, of course. And then the next one in alphabetical order, as far as its name, is 6 of hearts. And you set that down. Okay. And then you just say, wow, that's amazing. I was able to use my cards to figure out each and every one of your cards with all of that mixing. Now, it's obvious that the spectator is just going to be dying to see what these are, right? And so you can kind of do a little bit of misdirection here. Go, oh, you want to see these? Oh, okay, well, there's really not much here to see. And so, supposedly you're mixing them up because the order would have given away something, okay? And that's what they're going to assume, okay? And then the big kicker is the fact that each and every one of these cards is perfectly blank. Okay, so that's the effect. It's a fun one. It uses some of the principles on the Absolute Math Magic channel that might be worth learning. So take a look at that channel, and there's much there to play with and learn from and to perform for others. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.